If you want to maximize your muscle hypertrophy, the amount of muscle that you build in a certain period of time, you have to go and do a bulk, which means that you obviously eat more energy than your body requires for survival, okay? But what everyone currently believes is that when you go into a bulk, you have to gain some fat to gain some muscle. But this is just not true. So in this video, I'm going to teach you why it's not true and how to manipulate this so that you don't gain fat when you bulk, so that you will just gain muscle, no fat. So the first thing is that when you eat more energy, you will gain more weight. That's true, okay? Of course it is, because you have more energy, so you're going to store the energy. But what you don't know is what you eat will determine how your body stores it and uses it. The second thing we need to know is that what you eat determines how it's stored in your body, which is why if you were to bulk by using Big Macs and McDonald's thick shakes and shit like that, you will gain a lot of fat. In fact, I doubt you'll gain very much muscle. It'll be the same as if you just ate normal amounts of food and worked out. You would gain the same amount of muscle. It wouldn't improve your muscle building because what you're eating makes you store fat. However, if you bulked just by eating steak and eggs and lots of meat, then you probably would gain a lot more muscle than if you just ate regular amounts of food, okay? And the reason is because these foods accelerate your metabolism and enhance muscle protein synthesis, all right? Now, if you bulk with Big Macs and these thick shakes and sugary drinks and stuff, it's absolutely easier because those foods are addictive and very easy to eat high volumes of because of the ingredients in them, all right? But those ingredients just end up becoming fat, okay? Even if you lift heavy, you're still going to store lots of fat in your body because the sugar and the insulin is just making your body store heaps of fat. Same with the seed oils and all that stuff. That's stimulating maximal fat gain and it's slowing your metabolism, okay? And that is a problem because the faster your metabolism, the more energy you're using, the quicker you will build muscle. Believe it or not, if you actually have a fast metabolism, you will build more muscle because metabolism just means the rate of processes in your body, right? So your body will recover quicker from workouts and you will build more muscle. And eating steak and eggs and cheese and fish and fruit even will accelerate your metabolism, as well as dairy. So if you have like protein powder and stuff, all of these things will accelerate your metabolism, which means if you're eating only these foods, you will build way more muscle because of course all of these foods have got good amounts of protein except for fruit. But more importantly, the fat and even the carbs from the fruit, specifically from fruit, not from Big Macs and stuff, that will help accelerate your metabolism so you'll use more energy to recover quicker and you won't store it as fat. You'll be using it to build muscle because building muscle literally uses energy, okay? It's not just protein, of course, which is why when you bulk, you can build more muscle because you've got more energy so you can do better workouts and you can recover quicker and create new tissue, okay? So if you want my best recommendations for food to include in your diet when you go on a bulk to maximize muscle growth without gaining any fat, then I've got 4 key foods that I think will help you to accelerate your metabolism, but also build as much muscle as possible. So the first one is ground beef, fatty ground beef in particular. So like 80-20, where 20% fat. Now this has got lots of calories, lots of energy, of course, from the fat. It's also got lots of protein. It's like 25% protein. So if, for example, you had 400 grams or like 1 pound of this every single day, you're probably getting 1,200 calories just from that. And 100 grams of protein, like that. And it's cheap. That's just as important because it's cheap. It's quite inexpensive. It's got lots of energy, lots of protein. It's cheap. It's perfect. It doesn't make you fat, okay? So that's the first food. The second food I'd recommend is raisins because raisins, sure, they're like 70% sugar, but it's naturally occurring sugar that will help accelerate your metabolism. So they're easy to eat. They're also quite cheap and they taste good. So it's not like having some weird shake from McDonald's foods or something that's going to make you really fat, because this is naturally occurring, right? And the way that it interacts with your body is different to processed sugar. Always remember that. So processed sugar will make you fat, but this probably will not make you fat, okay? So my third food is milk powder. Milk powder is basically, they just get milk and they dry it so it's powder. And it's like long life milk. And the reason I recommend this is because it's literally got 500 calories in 100 grams. All right? So if you literally put like 200 grams of this powder into your shake with your protein powder, you're going to get another 1,000 calories in your food, right? And more importantly, it's cheap as well, right? So there's literally, for 1 kilogram, it costs $10 at all the shops. So if you buy it, you're spending $2 to get 1,000 calories. So if you just put that into your shake, you will gain so much more weight. And the thing about this as well is it's got 26% protein. So if you put 200 grams, like I said, that's 1,000 calories plus 50 grams of protein. So that's perfect for bulking, right? And you can just eat, you can drink it in the shaker, right? So that's a very good option as well. And then the final option I'd say is cheese, because if you get lots of cheese, it's also got lots of calories. It's like 400 calories per 100 grams usually, depending on the cheese or whatever. But it's also got lots of protein. So normally cheese is between 20 to 30% protein, depending. And it's got lots of fat. It's like 35% fat. So you get lots of energy as well. It tastes good, and you'll raise your metabolism and not gain fat. So all these foods, these are my 4 best recommendations for anyone who's trying to gain muscle as quickly as possible without gaining any fat in your body. And the third and final point I have to make on bulking, to stay shredded in a bulk, you have to be lifting very intensely, all right? You have to be doing maximal, like the most intense sets you could possibly do. Why? Because you have more energy. Like you can literally do it, all right? You have the energy to do it. And if you're in a bulk, that's your number one focus, is building as much muscle as possible, which is why you need to take every single set to failure and maximal intensity, right? So if you don't do this, you probably will gain a little bit of fat, right? So you should be using the energy that you're eating. Part of that energy should be going to doing heavier and more intense sets, all right? And working out more. And then the rest of the extra energy that you're eating should be going to the recovering, so that you can actually build the muscle when you're finished working out and when you're sleeping, all right? So if you don't do that, you probably aren't going to build as much muscle as you could, all right? So that's the 3 main points I have for this video, and I hope that they help you. If you like this, then you could subscribe, because it's all free. I'm just teaching you stuff that I've learned that can help you lose fat, because this channel is about losing fat. I know this is like a bulking video, so it's kind of off topic, but yeah, you can stay shredded in a bulk if you do these things, right? So the food that you do eat is far more important to how your body composition responds than the volume of food, right? That is so important to keep in mind, right? So there's such thing as clean bulking and dirty bulking. Never do dirty bulking, because you just get fat, okay? Clean bulking is how you maintain lean. You might gain a little bit of fat, but you stay so lean that it really doesn't matter at this point. You're just building so much more muscle, okay? So I hope this helps you, and with that, good luck, bro.